Hi everyone, welcome back to G-Tech Motorworks. We have a Cambelt booked in today. So a lot of cars have got Cambelts, not many people know about them. So we're going to give you the whys, the hows, the do's and the don'ts. If you join us in the workshop, we'll run through the procedure. With the vehicle on the ramp, we remove the wheel arch liner. This gives us better access to the lower part of the engine. We remove the auxiliary belt. We then remove the upper covers to gain access to the top part of the cam belt. As you can appreciate, there is an awful lot of brackets, pipe work and wiring to remove. With this particular cam belt, we have to gain access to the front as well as the rear of the engine, making everything as accessible as possible. With everything removed from the front, we then turn our attention to the rear. There's a small cap which covers the exhaust camshaft, and on the rear we have a small plastic plate and more pipe work. Once we have access to both camshafts, it starts to make our life a little bit more easier. A few more covers, a few more bits of trim, and we're ready to start timing the engine up. Timing of the engine is essential to ensure everything remains in the correct position while removing the cam belt. Using the timing tools and the special locating pegs, we put the crankshaft alignment tool in. This ensures the crankshaft doesn't move during the repair work. Once it's lined into position and locked in place, we lower the vehicle back down. We then fit the timing tool onto the rear of the camshafts. Again, this locks both of them into the correct position, allowing us to remove the cam belt safely. With everything locked into position, we can start to undo the components. This includes the bottom pulley, the cover for the lower part of the cam belt. We then take ourselves back up to the top of the vehicle, and with supporting the engine, we can now remove the engine mount. The engine mount on this particular engine forms part of the timing cover. Once the main section's out of the way, we then remove the complete mount to give us more access. Before you know it, the cam belt is off. Again, everything's locked into position. We don't need to worry about any of the remaining components. We replace the cam belt itself, we replace the tensioner and the guides. The guides on this form part of a couple of idle pulleys which are replaced with new bolts. We torque them up to the correct settings. This ensures that they remain where they're supposed to be and don't come undone after time. The new tensioner goes on, and then we can fit the new timing belt. These just happen to be colour coded, so by a quick glance we can tell approximately the year that the original cam belt was fitted. Once everything's in place, we can set the tension on the timing idler and the tensioner. We lock them into place, and then we start to refit the components. Making sure everything's torqued up as we go. We refit the covers. Top and bottom. We can refit the bottom pulley. We ensure that the camshaft sections are correctly torqued. And bearing in mind this is why everything is still locked in position. Once we're happy that everything's been timed up, we can start to remove the timing tools. We refit the auxiliary belt. This is self-tensioning, so we don't need to worry too much about the position of that. And then finally we refit all of those pipes, the covers, the bracket, the wiring. Coolant bottle goes back into position. Not forgetting to check the level, just in case you've lost any fluids. Once every component is back into position and locked into place, we're ready to start the vehicle. Make sure there are no fault codes. We can refit the final trims, the wheels, the under tray, and again, making sure everything's torqued back up. Job done. The only thing left now is the road test. Okay, so that's the Cambelt done. The road test is done. If you stay tuned to GTech Motorworks, like and subscribe for more workshop videos, and we'll see you again soon.